Hello, this is just a quick part on missing numbers in formal column addition in the compact method. I'm going to try and work some out whilst I'm recording the video, so you can hear my thought process when I'm going through it. I might get some things wrong, I might not. You might be able to help me out. So let's just see how it goes. Okay, I've got a question ready already with Professor Rosie up in the corner, as per usual. I have got my pen ready. Yep, we're working. And I can see here, let me zoom in slightly for us. There we go. I've got a question with some missing numbers. Immediately when I look at it, I can see there's one missing number here. Let's work in red, shall we? I've got a missing number in this box here, so I'm not too worried about wherever's come before it, to be quite honest, because that should be sorted by itself. So I'm going to ignore this part and focus on what comes after. Okay, so I know here I have got I've got two tens, I've got a carried 10 underneath, and I've got to make 8 tens as the answer. So in my head I'm thinking, well, I've got 20 add 10, add something equals 80. Well, 20 and 10 make 30. 30 add what makes 80? Well, 30 add 50 does. So I think this is probably a 5. In a bar model, we can think about it this way, where I've got 80 as the answer. I know I've got 20. I know I've got 10. So what is that missing number? I haven't got anything carrying there, so that works out nicely. So that 8 should be able to stay in its place. Cool, that's a nice and straightforward one for us. Alright, let's move on to this one. Here we go. Okay, so this time I've got 2 missing numbers, and I do need to start with the ones. I'm going to look at the answer. If I was thinking about it in a bar model, I've got 6. 3, what is the missing number? Well, it's got to be 3, hasn't it? 3 and 3 makes 6. Straightforward. Now I've got, for the second one, I've got the total answer somehow as a 5, well, that's what it looks like, and I've got a 9 and a missing number. Now I know that there's nothing adds 9 makes 5 unless I'm using negative numbers, and we're definitely not using that. So my brain immediately thinks, well, maybe this isn't a 5 exactly, maybe it's got to be carrying a 1, maybe it's a 15. That's the only way it can make sense. And that way, that makes something add 9 is 15. 9 add 1 is 10, add 5, so that's 6. 9 is 6. Let's see if it works out. So to check it, we've got this next column here. This next column has to work with a 1 carried through, otherwise our answer is wrong. We've got 100, add 500, add 100 makes 700. Well, 1 5 is 6, add 7 is 700, so that has to be correct. So part of the thinking here on some of these questions is I might have to add in the carrying digit. In the first question, if I flip back to that one, we didn't have to do that, it was provided for us, but some of these questions you need to keep your eyes peeled and your brains ticking on what it could be. Okay, let's have a quick look at the third one. There we go. Alright. I'm going to swap back to my red pen, I think. Nice. Okay, I've got 3 missing numbers in this one. Doesn't mean it's any harder, it just means I've got to think a little bit more. I'm going to start by 1s again. I've got 5 add... Tricky question. 5 add something makes a 0. Once again, I can't be taking away. I have to add something to a 5 to get a number that ends in a 0. Well, the closest number that ends in a 0 is going to be 10. So that's got to be 10, isn't it? Which makes it 5. So I'm going to put my 1 underneath to carry and my 5 in the box. There we go. Change colour for the 10s. Let's have a look. That one can be blue. Okay, so in this column I've got something it's going to make 90. I've got 60, I've got 10, and I've got a mystery number. Well, 60 and 10 makes 70. To get to 90 is another 20, so that's got to be a 2. Fantastic. Cooking on gas. And then our hundreds. I've got 400. I've got the total is 600. I've got 400 and a missing number. Nice and straightforward. That's 200. There we go. Nice and straightforward, that one. Once again, it was just that case of thinking in our ones column about the fact that I do have to add something here. I shouldn't see 5 take away 5 or 5 add -5 equals 0 to try and make it work. That's not what they're trying to ask us. We wouldn't set up a column addition in that way, because you couldn't have 260 -5, could you? What they're really trying to get you to do is think about, well, that means it's got to be 10 because I've got to carry it. It can't be 20 because that would be too high, and the only other number we know that ends in 0, which is close to 5, is 10. Brilliant. Okay, well, I hope that has been helpful. Having a look at some of those missing number problems and how you might solve them. Yours will range from those which supply you quite nicely with carried numbers, those that do not. Hopefully they'll make you think hard today. Thank you for watching. Professor Rosie says goodbye. Bye bye.